Subhadra and Jai Ma Subhadra. Jai Jagannath, everyone. We, the Sevayas of Sri Jagannath, would like to welcome all the participants once again to the fourth session of Sri Jagannath Rathyatra Katha 2020. We feel extremely blessed to hear from Sri Satchitananda Prabhu for the past 3 weeks. In day one of the Katha, Prabhuji narrated the details about the three chariots and their significance. He also touched upon the 6 major events during the Rathyatra festival. Prabhuji narrated the timeless pastime of the Lord as Nila Madhava, which is the prologue to the emergence of Lord Jagannath. The timeless tale of Viswabasu, Indradumna, and Vidyapati, and how the Lord mercifully manifested as the Lord Jagannath. His tale is always endearing and captivating, and thanks to Prabhuji who narrated the events so vividly. He also touched upon the various relationships that one can have with the Supreme Lord as one matures in his or her. The narrated multifarious things because of which the Lord Jagannath provides the entire world via the Rathyatra. He also gave us a glimpse of Chaitanya's Mahaprabhu's ecstatic worship of Jagannath in the mood of Radharani. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu opened up a new dimension of bhakti by propagating pure love and popularized the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra through the Sankirtan movement in this age of Kali. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Day 3, Prabhuji explained the similarities in bhav that exist in Prabhu's Leela in that of Shri Mandir and Dwarka, and the similarities in bhav that exist in Gundicha Mandir and Vrindavan. We hope to continue our spiritual feast by listening to the Rathyatra Katha from Satchitananda Prabhu in this fourth session. So before we begin our fourth session, our customary housekeeping announcement. The recording of the first 3 sessions are available and have been uploaded in the YouTube channel Shree Jagannath Temple Canada by Dr. Anup Sahu. The link has been shared in the Rathyatra Katha WhatsApp group. If you have not joined the group, kindly join the WhatsApp group to keep getting all the updates. This session, like the previous sessions, is scheduled for around 2 hours. During the entire discourse, all the participants will be on mute. At the end, we'll have the Q&A session. During that time, you can put your name on the chat group and one of the organizer will unmute you. And now I request His Grace Satchitananda Prabhu to kindly commence the fourth session of Sri Jagannath's Rathyatra Katha 2020. Jai Jagannath.
Hare Krishna, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baldev Ji, Jai Subhadra. Namam Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine, Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine, Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uta Pada Kamalam, Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha, Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam, Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam, Sadadvaitam Savadhutam, Parijana Sahitam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam, Shri Radha Krishna Padan, Sahagana Lalita, Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha, Ajanu Lambito Bhujo, Kanakaya Vadhato, Sankirtanai Pitaro, Kamalaya Vishwambharo Dvijavaro, Yuga Dharma Valo, Vande Jagat Priya Karo, Karuna Avtaro. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu, Deen Bandhu Jagatpate, Gopesh Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta Namastute, Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi, Radhe Vrindavaneshwari, Vrishabhanu Sute Devi, Pranamami Hari Priye, Pranamami Hari Priye, Pranamami Hari Priye. Aradhyo Bhagwan Vrajesh Tanayas Tadham Vrindavanam रम्या काचिदुपासना व्रजवधुवर्गेण तया कल्पिता श्रीमद्भागवत पुराणमलम् प्रेम पुमार्थो महान् श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभुर्मतेदं नायत्रया ग्रह परा कल्पिता श्रीमद्भागवत पुराणमलम् प्रेम पुमार्थो महान् श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभुर्मतेगीत तरवो मुदाभिरीनारी कमल स्वाद मधुपा रमा शंभु ब्रह्मार पति गणेशार्चित पादो जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भव तू में। Hare Krishna. It is my good fortune to share this wonderful Rathyatra Katha that has been already spanning over 3 weeks now. It is said, Hari Ananta, Hari Katha Ananta. The Supreme Lord is unlimited, and so are his pastimes. It seems that the 3 weeks that we have spoken Lord Jagannath's Rathyatra, Lord Jagannath's Katha, it feels like it's an unlimited ocean. And sometimes I feel, oh, I would like to share this also. And I would like to share so many other tiny drops from this ocean of nectar, especially what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given a wonderful dimension to the Rathyatra. Earlier in the introduction today, Ashimkar Prabhu very nicely briefed the last 3 sessions. The first session we spoke from the Skanda Puran about Lord Jagannath's appearance to his wonderful devotee, King Indrajumna, and to his wife, Queen Gundicha. And we spoke about some basics about the Ratha and the Sevites who are involved in this seva. And then in the second session, we spoke at length on Gundicha margin, the cleansing of the Gundicha temple. And Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally led his associates, to clean Gundicha temple, which represents Sundarachal, Sri Vrindavan, the Madhurya Dham, the sweet realm. We also understood that the Jagannath temple that King Indrajumna had built, and on the same spot where the ancient temple still stands today, where devotees go with a lot of faith to take darshan, represents Dwarka. And from the wonderful bhav of the Vraj bhav, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates take Lord Jagannath to Vrindavan. But prior to that, they cleaned the temple. And cleaning the temple also represents, our acharyas say, cleansing of the heart of all anarthas. The different illusions that we have, the different conceptions about spirituality, the different offenses that we make, the different weaknesses of heart, hriday durbalyam, that we have. All these are anarthas, and we describe those in detail in the second session. And how eager Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the bhav of Sri Radharani and his associates who are representing the Vrajvasis and who are Vrajvasis at heart, how they are eager to welcome Lord Jagannath, Krishna, into Gudiya temple. And then in the last session, last Sunday, we described the wonderful event of the Hera Panchami. How Lakshmi Devi, not finding her husband returning, when he said he's going to come back very soon, she is upset. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is asking these wonderful questions to his most intimate associate, Swarup Damodar. Why is she like this? Why is Lakshmi Devi, although Krishna or Lord Jagannath is faultless, why is Lakshmi Devi behaving like she is going on a war path? Why does she beat up her associates, Lakshmi Devi's associates, enact the pastime of beating the associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Vrajvasis? Bring my husband back, let him go. She even doesn't spare Nandi Ghosh, the Rath of Lord Jagannath. Swarup Damodar explains that Mahaprabhu, of course, Mahaprabhu knows everything, but Mahaprabhu is so amazing that he always liked to ask questions, although he's a supreme personality of Godhead, to his associates or to his disciple-like personalities, to give them the Shreya or to give them the credit. So Swarup Damodar says that that is the nature of love. Especially when a woman feels neglected, she is going to get upset. She's going to get angry. So, like this, there's wonderful conversation, and Srinivas Acharya, as if representing the Dwarkavasis, the queens of Dwarka, Rukmini, Satyabhama, Jambati, Mitravinda Adi, to enhance the mellow or the rasa of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that gave him immense delight. Srinivas Acharya, who was none other than Narad Muni, is kind of siding the Dwarkavasis and saying, look, how opulent is Dwarka, how opulent is Lakshmi. And the associates of Lakshmi also criticized Lord Jagannath, saying, what is there in Vrindavan? They don't have any real gold ornaments or jewels or diamonds. All they have is some wild flowers, some leaves, some fruits that our Lord Jagannath has to leave Dwarka and go there. Amazing conversation is being enacted here. So like this, the Hera Panchami festival is happening. It gives a lot of delight to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then all the Shaba Britya Gane Hohe Yodi Kori Hoto Kalyani Diva Tomar Age Jagannatha. Finally, all Lord Jagannath's servants submit to Lakshmi Devi. Acha Baba, Acha Ma, with folded hands, assuring her that they would bring Lord Jagannath before her the next day. But ultimately, the cherry on the cake in that conversation, it was capped by Swarup Damodar ji, who is none other than Lalita Sakhi and Krishna Leela. He tells Shrivas Acharya, Swarup kohe, Shrivas, suno saudhane. Listen to me very carefully with all attention. Vrindavana sampat tomar nahi pode mone. Please hear me with attention, O Srivas. You have forgotten the transcendental opulence of Vrindavan. Vrindavane sahajika jai sampat sindhu Dwarka vaikunte sampato tare ek bindu. The natural opulence of Sri Vrindavan Dham is just like an ocean. The opulence of Dwarka and Vaikuntha is not even compared to a little drop. In answer to all those associates of Lakshmi Devi that why Jagannath has left the opulence of Dwarka, then we started discussing why Swarup Damodarji said that the opulence of Dwarka and Vaikuntha combined is not even a drop compared to the opulence of Vrindavan. So we entered into this wonderful treatise, Shastra, compiled by Sri Sanatana Goswami Pad, Brhad Bhagvad Amrita. We even explained that how Sanatana Goswami and many Gaudiya Acharyas makes a distinction between the Krishna that was born in Mathura, the son of Vasudeva, known as Vasudeva Krishna, and the son of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mai, known as Nanda Nandan or Yashoda Nandan Krishna. Mother Yashoda gave birth to two. It is not commonly known. Most people that we study even in school and other histories, we find that Mother Yashoda gave birth to one girl. But no, these secrets are revealed. Just like Krishna says, Ye yathamam prapadyante tamsa tathaiva bhajamiham. One who surrenders to me in accordance, I give them the results. I reciprocate. It is like a simple example. Supposing somebody knocks your door or rings your doorbell. And when you are standing at the door, you are peeking outside the glass, seeing who it is. Who is ringing my doorbell? You as the homeowner or the home occupant has the right to open the door first of all, or not to open the door. And even if you open the door, you as the owner or the occupant of that house has the right whether or not you want to welcome the person inside your house. Sometimes we just don't open the door and say, sorry sir, I'm not interested in whatever you are selling. Or sometimes we open the door and we exchange a few polite words and we excuse ourselves. And sometimes we find that we want to invite this nice person in the house and you invite them up to your living room. But then there is somebody else that you have built a relationship, that you know very well then you will not only invite him into the living room, but you will invite him to your kitchen table and serve him or her some food, a glass of water, or something pleasant. And somebody who is extremely close, you will even introduce your children, your wife, your family members. You may even give them a tour of your house, including the most innermost chambers of your house is your personal bedroom and your personal bathroom and the other rooms, which is not accessible to everybody who knocks your door or who rings your bell. Similarly, Krishna reserves the right of how much he wants to reveal himself about his family, about his home, about his associates. And not only reveal, he reserves the right as to how much service he wants to receive from a particular individual. So we discussed last time. Similarly, the acharyas in the Gaudiya Vaishnava line, they are none other than Radharani's direct servants in the Nitya Leela, in the eternal pastimes, in the spiritual world, in the planet known as Golok Vrindavan. And even when Krishna enacts his pastimes here in the Bhaumya Vrindavan, the earthly Vrindavan, all the attributes, the qualities, the forms, etc., he brings it with him. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Daya Kori Saparshad Siyo Dham Saha Utari Atant Durlabha Prem Kori Bare Dan Sikhaye Sharanagati Bhakatiro Pran. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna in the bhav of Sri Radha, and he comes down with his dham. Krishna comes down with Vrindavan from Golok Vrindavan, and he, to the most special intimate devotees, he gives all this information. Like Vishwanath Chakravarti Pad in the Harivansh has described that Yashoda gave birth to two. Rupa Goswami has described in his literatures. Sanatan Goswami has described in the Brhad Bhagavatam. Srila Jiva Goswami Pad has also described that. So this is very, very private and very secret information. Dharmasya tattva nihitam guhyam mahajana jena katha sapantaha. The secrets of religiosity or transcendental subject matters is nihitam guhyam. It is very, very secretive. It is very secretive. In Mahajana Jaina Gata Sapantaha, when we follow in the footsteps and when we serve the Mahajans or the great personalities, they have the right out of love and compassion to reveal that to us. So Vasudev comes, crosses over the Jamuna in the middle of the night under the influence of Yog Maya. He does not see the second born or both the children that Yashoda had given birth to. He only sees the baby girl. He picks up the baby girl and puts Vasudev Krishna besides Yashoda and he leaves. And as soon as Vasudev Krishna, when Vasudev leaves, he merges into Yashodanandan Krishna. And he takes the baby girl to the jail of Kamsa And we all know history, that how comes is when Vasudeva comes back, the spell of Yogmaya is finished. The jail guards wake up. The crying of the baby girl is heard. They report that to Kansa, and Kansa immediately comes down, wanting to kill the eighth child, but finding it that she is a girl, he was perplexed. And Devaki and Vasudeva plead that, hey, it is the boy that was predicted. Maybe the prediction has gone wrong. Please spare my baby girl. Out of affection. But Kans, being a demon of demoniac nature, he does not listen and tries to smash the baby girl, just like the other siblings of Krishna. And the baby girl, who is none other than Subhadra Devi, the expansion of Yogamaya. In the material world, what Kans saw was her expansion, which is Mahamaya or Durga Devi. And she laughs at him, saying, ha ha ha, the eighth child has already been born in Gokul. That's an indication. She uses the word Gokul. So many kathas we have heard, and so many kathakas say these words, but they do not realize that actually Vrajendra Nandan, Nandanandan Krishna was born in the sweet land of Vraj, in the Madhurya Dham. Krishna Balram grow up in Vraj. At the age of 12, Akrur comes. And Akrur reports, Kamsa wants to kill your father and mother, Vasudeva and Devaki. Krishna says, oh, no, my father and mother, my father is Nanda Baba, my mother is Yashoda Mai, but because Vasudeva and Devaki, we've heard of them. They are friends of my father. So I should go and help them. So they immediately ride to Mathura. And then, as history goes, Kansa is killed. Vasudeva, Devaki, Ugrasen, the grandfather, they are all released from jail. But due to the killing of Kamsa, who was the son-in-law of Jarasan, Jarasan was extremely angry. He attacked Mathura many times, to be precise, 18 times. And every time he was defeated by both the Supreme Personality of Godheads, Krishna and Balram. But Krishna and Balram are as they are Bhaktavatsal. They're always Surut Sarva Bhutanam. They're always the benefactors and well-wishers of all living entities. Surut, Sarva, all, Bhutanam, all living entities. So they were thinking, again he may come and it will cause anxiety to the Mathuravasis. So he ordered Vishwakarma, the architect of the demigods, to build a wonderful city in the ocean where all the Mathuravasis would be transferred. And that city was Dwarka. When that beautiful city was built, wonderful description is given in the Shastras. Amazing. There is no comparison even to the best cities that even modern world can build. 16,108 palaces. Krishna married 16,108 wives. And these were all ladies who from the core of their heart wanted Krishna as their husband. Krishna is Purna Purushottam Bhagwan. He can fulfill the desires of all. Nityo Nityanam, Chetanos Chetananam, Eko Sham, Bahuda Vidhati Kaman. This one Sham can fulfill the desires of many. No other avatar can do what Krishna can do. For example, Lord Ramachandra, he is one of the Purusha avatars. But he's Purna Purushottam Bhagwan. No, he's not. He's Maryada Purushottam Bhagwan. When Surpankha approached Lord Ramachandra in the forest in Panchvati, she attracted Lord Ramachandra, tried to attract him with a beautiful form she had taken due to her Mayavir magic, mystical power, and asked Ramchandra, would you please marry me? Look how beautiful I am. I'm even more beautiful than Sita. You are a Kshatriya. You can marry as many queens as you want. Lord Ramachandra refused politely. I've taken a vow of Ekapatni, one wife, but my brother Lakshman has not. Why don't you go to him? Then she shows her original form, tries to scare Ram and Lakshman cuts off her nose. But Krishna, anybody who has that desire that I want him as my master, my Prabhu, if that desire is tivra, intense, he will indeed grant that relationship of master and servant. If somebody desires that I want Krishna as my friend, my sakha, Krishna is amazingly, he will reciprocate. Yes, indeed, upon purification, when the person leaves his body in this material world, he will enter into Golok Vrindavan and has the capability, Krishna has that capability to make him a friend, a sakha. Somebody wants Krishna, he's so cute. I want him as my baby. And Krishna is so kind, Purna Purushottam. He grants that wish. We will discuss a little bit when we come to the glories of Vrindavan about the Vatsalya Ras, the parental love that the Vrajvasis have for Krishna. And some desire to have Krishna as their husband. So these were all the different maidens who had desired Krishna as a husband, and Krishna granted them the status of queens in Dwarka. He had separate palaces built. So like that, once in Brhad Bhagavad Amrita, there's a connection to this form of Lord Jagannath and how it happened. Once in the palace of Rukmini Devi, one of the chief queens in Dwarka, Narad ji arrived there and he saw that all the queens had gathered around Rukmini ji, Satyabhama ji, Jamvati ji, Bhadra ji, Mitravinda ji, Nagnajit ji, and other Dwarkavasis and all other 16,000 queens along with the 8 principal Patranis, and said, how fortunate are you that you are serving Krishna so nicely. You are the queens of Krishna. You are indeed so glorious. You are Vandaniya, worshipable. I offer my dhanvats to you, O queens of Dwarka. But what Naradji was saying is he wanted to start a conversation or a leela that is the most amazing. The queen said, we are not able to make Krishna happy, although he has married us, because our love cannot control him. We are so daksha, nipun, expert in all the different kalas, in all the different arts, culinary, cooking, music, singing, etc. And we serve him so nicely. But at night, he's always calling out the Vrajvasis in his sleep. He's calling out, "Oh Radhika." He's pulling on my veil, Rukmani is saying and calling Radhika. Tears are flowing in Krishna's eyes in his sleep. His bedstead is wet, his pillow is wet. Oh Lalita, oh Vishakhe, oh Lalite, where are you? Hey Radhe, where are you? He calls out to Maiya, I want some makhan and misri, Maiya, in his sleep. He sometimes calls out to his friends, Sakhas. Hey Subal, hey Kokila, hey Bringa, oh Sridham, oh Madhumangal, where are you? Come on, it's time to play. It's time to take the cows out into the fields for grazing. You are always there early. Where are you today? I don't see you. Like this, Krishna is thinking of not only mother, father, the elderly gopis, gopas, the young gopis, Radharani. He's also even thinking in his sleep and crying, calling out his cows. Oh Shamli, oh Dhavali, hey Kalindi, hey Gange, hey Pishangi, hey Mridangmukhi, where are you? Like that, his heart is crying. And he's always like this. All the queens said, yeah. I experienced the same thing too when he's sleeping with me. So therefore, we are very sad. What to say, Naradji? We are not so dear and near to Krishna like the Vrajvasis. He does not call out in his sleep, Rukmani, Mitravinda, Jamvati. He never calls our names. So the queens then pose a nice question to Naradji. Naradji, you are Sarvagya. You are Trikaldarshi. Please tell us. You have gone through all the different universes in this creation. What is so special about Vrindavan? Naradji is astonished at the question. All the queens are eager to hear from Naradji. And Naradji says, you know what, my dear queens? The best person to ask is Rohini Maiya, Mother Rohini. She was in Vrindavan when Vasudeva and Devaki were in the jail, imprisoned by Kansa. The second wife of Vasudeva, Rohini ji, was sent to Gokul. And that's where she gave birth to Balram And Krishna, she saw the birth of Krishna, and she saw all the wonderful sweet pastimes or the leelas of Krishna. Jayo Radhe, Jayo Krishna, Jayo Vrindavan, Shri Govinda Gopinatha, Madana Mohan, Shyama Kunda, Radha Kunda, Giri Govardhan, Kalindi Jamuna, Jaya Jaya Mahavan, Keshi Ghat, Vamshi Vata, Dwadasha Kanana, Jahan Sab Leela Koilo Shri Nanda Nanda, Jayo Radhe, Jayo Krishna. The best person would be Rohini Mata. She has witnessed all these wonderful sweet pastimes. It's nice to hear from her because she witnessed all these pastimes. This is a devotee. A devotee is always looking for an opportunity to engage other devotees in the service of Krishna. There is some philosophy, tattva behind this. Naradji could have narrated those pastimes of Vrindavan very easily. But no, he's extremely humble, which is the quality of a Vaishnava. And he feels that Mother Rohini is senior. She is the mother of Krishna Balram. When somebody senior is present, the proper etiquette is, we see that in temples, the arti comes after, let's say they do the arti of Radha Krishna or Lord Jagannath in the temple, and whoever is carrying the arti flame, they offer it to anybody and everybody. Knowingly or unknowingly, they should first see, are there any Brahmins present there? Any Vaishnavas present there? Anybody in the role of a guru? Is he present there? Or somebody who is revered? Aarti should be passed on to those persons first, to the old people, and then to the younger ones. Just one short, small example of Vaishnava etiquette. Please hear from Rohini Mata. You will hear, instead of hearing from my mouth, when she speaks, it will be even more sweeter. This is Vaishnava quality. But sometimes we see in many religious institutions, even after coming to spiritual life, the devotees of low intelligence, Kanishta, they are snatching, jumping over each other to get some seva or even for prasadam. Prasadam also, first it should be served to the Brahmins, to the Vaishnavas, to the persons who are guiding, who are Gurujanas, to the old people, then to the rest of the people. But no, practically we have seen, and I don't think most of us can deny that. This is Vaishnava etiquette. So then the queens summon, they beg the Rohini Mata, can you please come? To our palace, all the queens are gathered, and we would like to hear, even Naradji is there, from your lotus mouth about Vrindavan. The queens, when Rohini Mata arrives, the queens, they ask Rohini Mata that our Krishna is in Dwarka, but he doesn't think he is in Dwarka. He doesn't think that I'm with my beloved Rukmini or Satyabhama. Why? What is there in Vraj? They do not have the wealth as we do here. They do not have the opulence. Just as in the Hera Panchami festival, the associates of Lakshmi Devi representing these queens of Dwarka say the same thing. The gopis do not have ornaments like us. They are not so beautiful. They live in the forest. They can only decorate themselves with flowers, not with gold and diamonds and jewelry like us. Krishna used to go cow herding there. He was a Gwal. But here is a king. How much opulence he has here. How much Vaibhav. So why does he keep remembering Vrindavan? Why has he given his heart to them? Please explain to us. O Rohini Maiya, we want to know, do these Vrajvasis, do they know some magic? Some Jadu Tona? Do they know some enchanting mantras that is always attracting our Dwarkadish towards them? If that is the case, we would also like to learn that magic or that mantra. We are Krishna's 16,108 queens, oh Ma. We are the most beautiful ladies in this entire world. And our qualities and expertise and everything is unique and unparalleled. Still, all of us together can never control Krishna. Maiya Rohini, what is the reason that he never looks towards us? Why is it? Why, Maiya? Why? We cannot satisfy this one Krishna, although we are so many of us. We serve him so nicely with our hearts in innumerable ways, and we love him so much. But we cannot satisfy him. We just can't satisfy him. He's only calling the gopis of Vraj. He's calling Vrajvasis. Why? We would like to know that. Please, Mother Rohini, please tell us, Maiya. When the queens pleaded like this, Mother Rohini was in tears. Her mind was transported to Vrindavan. She started thinking of her friend Yashoda and all the other gopis and gopas and the cows and the sakhas. She began to weep. And then she started explaining the reason. She related all of Krishna's pastimes from boyhood up to his 12th year when Akrur came to take Krishna Balram to Mathura. And while she started narrating the pastimes, the sweet pastimes, Kansa's mother, very old at that time, perhaps over 100 years old, Padmavati, comes. She is bent over, walking with a stick, holding her head at an angle, She walks into that palace room of Rukmini Devi where Rohini Mata is narrating the sweet pastimes of Krishna. And immediately Padmavati says, Rohini, what are you doing? What you're doing is extremely dangerous. She told them, why talk about these gopis and gopas? Arey Baba, they are so cruel, very cruel. That will disturb my Krishna, my Balram, my grandkids. Although she was the mother of Kamsa, she felt a maternal affection, like a grandmotherly affection for Krishna Balram. Krishna Balram are the sons of Devki. Don't forget that, Rohini. Don't tell all these stories about Vrindavan. Somehow or the other, they were sent to Gokul because they were afraid of my son Kansa. But just see how Yashoda was. She never gave a drop of butter or yogurt or makhan to Krishna and Baldev. So they were forced to go steal from the neighbors. Just see how Padmavati, Kansa's mother, is advising Mother Rohini. And then when the neighbors complained to Yashoda that, look, your naughty Kana came and he stole the butter, he broke the pots, she would immediately chastise Krishna. What kind of a mother is this? And sometimes she would tie his hands and bind him to a grinding mortar. Yashoda and Nanda Baba was so cruel and evil that they never gave Krishna any shoes or sandals. Although the forests of Vrindavan were full of many thorns and stones and pebbles, don't talk about them. Don't tell this to the queens. They will feel bad about how their husband was tortured by Yashoda Mai, Nanda Maharaj. Krishna used to herd the cows from morning to evening all over Vraj without any pay, without any shoes. In the heat of Vrindavan, there was even without an umbrella for any shade that would shield Krishna Balram from the afternoon sun. There are great quantities of butter in Vraj, makhan, but he never got any of it. Oh Rohini, just see the cruelty. Anyone would give a little butter to even a servant. But this Nanda and Yashoda never gave. That's why they had to go stealing. You know, Yashoda one time tied Krishna up with ropes, I heard. He was crying loudly, weeping bitterly. But that lady Yashoda had no mercy. She took a stick rather and wanted to beat him. And he was crying, Maiya, Maiya. Muhu Sasha Kampa Trirekhanka Kantha Stita Graiva Damodar Bhakti Baddam. Muhu Sasha Kampa. He was shivering, taking deep breaths. Satanka Netra, lots of fear in his eyes. And he was saying, Maya, Maya, please, don't beat me. He did not do anything wrong, but she still wanted to beat him. And on the other hand, my husband Ugrasen, Raja Ugrasen of Mathura, is extremely merciful. Let us account for everything. So my husband Ugrasen, the king of Mathura, is very generous. Let us do all the accounting. Who will owe what? Whether if we owe anything to Yashoda and Nanda Baba, we will give it. We are very generous. We will give double, triple. Let us call Gargacharya, who is not only an astrologer, but he is a good accountant. Make a statement regarding the salary that Yashoda and Nanda Baba owe Krishna and Balram for all the days that they went out every day from morning to evening for cow herding. And then when the accounts are there, we will try to balance it. And if anything is owed to Yashoda and Nanda Baba, we will pay double, we will pay triple. Hearing that, hearing Padmavati, the mother of Kamsa, Rohini Mataji was very upset. She said, Padmavati Ma, I know that you are not a chaste lady. She attacks her very personally. And that's why you cannot understand the glory of Vrajvasis or the glories of Vraj and their affection. It is said that Kans was born with the union of Padmavati and one Rakshas, not from Ugrasen. I forget the name of the Rakshas. And that's why Rohini Mata says that you are not chaste to your husband. You're not loyal to King Ugrasen. Actually, Kams was not born of Ugrasen and you. He was born of your unchaste activities. And that's why you will never be able to understand the glories of Vraj and the sweetness of Vraj and the Vrajvasis. Actually, I know why Krishna is not wearing shoes. Nanda Baba has 900,000 cows. And Krishna said, Maya, if my cows, I love them so much and they love me so much, if they don't wear shoes, I'm not going to wear shoes. First make 900,000 times 4, because all the cows have got 4 legs. 3,600,000 shoes. Once you do that, I will wear the shoes. And that is the reason Mother Yashoda actually gave Krishna Balram shoes on Gopashtami day when they first went out for cow herding, but Krishna refused, giving this reason. Krishna is Go Brahman Hitaicha, Jagat Ditaya Krishna, Govindaya Namo Namah. He's the benefactor of Go, cows, Brahmins, and the entire creation. Jagat Ditaya Krishna, known as Govindaya Namo Namaha. And to that personality I offer my naman, my obeisances. One time, I remember, at Brahman Garden Gokul, Krishna, Balram and the Sakhas were playing. And Krishna ate some mud, mitti. So all the Gopas went to Mother Yashoda, including Balram, and complained to Ma Yashoda Kana ate mud, Kana ate mud, Krishna's eaten mud. And Mother Yashoda immediately ran out of her home where Krishna was playing. The cowherd boys led Mother Yashoda on the banks of the Jamuna at Brahman Ghat. And immediately Mother Yashoda caught hold of him. He says, Kana, tune mitti khai? Did you eat mud? And he said, mm-mm, with his mouth tightly closed. I witnessed that. And Mother Yashoda said, open your mouth. And he said, mm-mm. And then finally, when Krishna does open the mouth, Mother Yashoda is perplexed by seeing all the different Brahmans, the entire creation in Krishna's mouth. And immediately Krishna takes that away, that scenery, that vision. He probably chastised Yogmaya. Why did you show my opulence to mother? My intimacy will be broken. And immediately Mother Yashoda loses that vision and she sees the mud in Krishna's mouth and starts chastising Krishna. Krishna says, actually Prabhupada mentions this in one of his Hindi lectures. A very sweet way, Prabhupada's Bengali Hindi. Maya, ये सब गोपाल झूठ बोल रहा, बलराम भी झूठ बोल रहा है. आज सवेरे मेरा उसके साथ झगड़ा हो गया, इसलिए ये लोग सब झूठ बोल रहा है. हम मिट्टी नहीं खाया. And that famous bhajan is there, that composition of Surdas. Maiya mori, ho Maiya ho, 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 ho Maiya mori, मैं नहीं माखन खायो. भोर भयो गैयन के पाछे हो मैया. भोर भयो गैयन के पाछे, मधुवन तू मोहि पठायो. चार पहर वंशीवट भटक्यो, सांझ पड़े घर आयो. सांझ पड़े घर आयो. Oh Maya Mori, oh Mother Yashoda, where is the time to eat makhan or this mitti that these boys are complaining? Early in the morning you send me out for cow grazing. Mohi Madhuvan Pathayo. You send me to Madhuvan. Char Prahar Vanshivat Gumyo. I took the cows and I went to Vanshivat, one of the places in Vrindavan. Bhatkyo, I went grazing, took the cows grazing. Sanj Pade Ghar Ayo. Where is the question of me stealing makhan? They are complaining, these gopis. So Mother Rohini is giving an answer to each and every Padmavati's allegation that Mother Yashoda never gave makhan, Mother, and they had to go stealing. So where is the question of stealing, Maya? I'm taking your cows out from morning to evening. And then he says, मैं बालक बहियन को छोटो, छी को कहीं विधि बायो. ग्वाल बाल सब बैर पड़े हैं, बरबस मुख लपटायो. बरबस मुख लपटायो. मैं बालक, I'm a little boy. भैया न छोटो, as small as your arm. छी को कहीं विधि पायो. How can I climb up and and get the makhan that is hanging on the rafters, on the roofs of these gopis. Gwal baal sab bair pade hai. And all these coward boys, they are complaining because, they had a fight with me, including Balram. Barbasa mukh laptaya, and then purposely they put makhan on my mouth, you make me always. Rohini Mata recollects this. Surdas is wonderfully expressing this in this pad. Tu janani man ki ati bhori, ho maiya ho, ho, ke maiya mori, main nahi maakhan khayo. Tu janani man ki अति भोरी, इनके कहे पति आयो, जिए तेरे कुछ भेद उपजी है, जिए तेरे कछु भेद उपजी है, जानी परायो जायो, जानी परायो जायो. Krishna tells Mother Yashoda, Tu janani man ki bari bholi, ati bhori. You are very, very naive, innocent. Inke kahe pati aayo, and you are listening to these coward boys who already fought with me. And if you are going to listen to them, Mother Yashoda, listen to this. Jiye tere kachu bhed upajita. You have some reservation against me. Jani parayo jayo. Considering me as somebody who is an outsider, parayo. Oh, we have heard that, you adopted me. Is it true that I am the son of Vasudeva and Devaki and I am your foster child? And that is why you're behaving like this and not believing me and believing the coward boys? This came, as Rohini Mata describes, as a thunderbolt on the heart of Yashoda. Further, Krishna says, Yah le apni lakuti kamariya, o maiya ho, ke maiya mori, main nahi maakhan khayo. Bahat yah le apni लकुटी कमरिया, बहुत ही नाच नचायो. सूरदास तब बिहसी जसोदा, सूरदास तब बिहसी यशोदा, ले और कंठ लगायो, ले और कंठ लगायो. Maya, I know because I'm your foster child, you're treating me like this. Kachu bhed upaji. You are now not believing me and you are showing some discrimination against me. Yale apni lakutiya, take your stick. I'm not going cowherding anymore. Bahut hi naach nachayo. Whatever you told, I did. Surdas, at that time, Surdas, the great devotee, who was blind, he's seeing this pastime in Raj. And then Yashoda Maya immediately lay over kantha lagayo. Krishna, never ever say this, that I'm not your mother and you are not my child. And she cried. And when she cried, incessantly. Just because Krishna said those words, they came like a thunderbolt on our heart. Rohini Mataji is describing this heart-breaking, heart-rendering words that Krishna told Mother Yashoda. And when Mother Yashoda started crying, Krishna pacifies her by saying, Maiya Mori, maine makhan. Maiya, maine, I indeed ate the makhan. These are the sweet pastimes of Vrindavan. Rohini Mata continued, the love of the Vrajvasis, the gopis, the young maidens of Vraj in the Madhurya Ras, in the paramour relationship, in the conjugal Ras or the mellow. The gopis of Vrindavan have a lot of rati. It's a heavy, they have Mahabhav for Krishna. The rati is Samartha rati. Our acharyas explained, capable, suitable, and complete for controlling Krishna. But the rati of the queens of Dwarka is not Samartha, it is Samagyasa rati, which means it is doubtful that their love can control Krishna. The queens of Dwarka's prem for Krishna can reach the level of sneha, mana, pranaya, raga, anuraga, and sometimes they attain a shadow of Mahabhav. These are all the different delineations of prem for Krishna, love. Just like, if I can give an example, it's a crude example just to understand the different gradations that I just mentioned. The Gaudiya Acharyas explained this in Bhakti Rasam Sindhu and other very esoteric Gaudiya scriptures. Just like person is the same, but the love that is being displayed by others around that person, the love that my father and mother may have for me is different than what my children have for me. The love that I have for my mother and father is different than what I have for my children or for my wife. The love that my wife has for me is different than what her love is for her brother or her sister or her friends. So I guess you all get the idea. So there are different gradations of prem. So the queens of Dwarka, they do have a shadow of Mahabhav, but the actual Mahabhav is possessed, which is the highest pinnacle of prema by Vrajvasis, especially by the gopis. Sometimes these gopis experience divya unmad, transcendental craziness. Divya, divine, unmad. Unmad means craziness. Chitra jalpa, just by thinking of Krishna, they're talking to a tree, a dark tree that looks like the color of Krishna, the tamal tree. There are a lot of tamal trees in Vrindavan. Sometimes they hug the tamal tree thinking that they're hugging Krishna. That is called Chitra Jalpa. Sometimes they talk to the bee. When they see a bee in Vrindavan and they are thinking, oh, the messenger of Krishna has come. So Krishna is coming very soon. And they start talking to themselves. They start talking to the creepers. They start talking to the trees. That is called Chitra Jalpa. That doesn't happen in Dwarka. These are all the symptoms of Mahabhav. And then there is this Prajwalita Bhav in Mahabhav. Inflammation due to heavy separation, even if Krishna is present. But the bhav of the Dwarka queens can go only up to what is a term called dhumaita, which is compared to flame covered with smoke. Like sometimes we see in a yajna, the Brahman has to add more ghee, otherwise it's almost going to, the flame is going to die and there's lots of smoke. And sometimes the bhav of the queens of Dwarka is like that. It's covered with smoke. In other words, it is not as intense as the bhav or the mahabhav of the gopis. The gopis' love is like the smokeless flame that goes up to the highest extent. Mother Rohini continued, the Vrajvasis only know what Krishna is, their son, their beloved, their friend. The queens of Dwarka, you know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is Parameshwar. He is Bhagwan. Mother Kunti was a Dwarkavasi, who is the Bua or the father's sisters, Vasudev's sister. She tells Krishna, who is a child to her, Namasye Purusham Adhyam. I offer my danvats like an auntie offering danvats to the Supreme Lord, Purusham Adhyam. She knows Dwarkavasis, the queens, all of them, the mothers, they know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead in Dwarika. Ishwara Prakrite Param, you are Ishwar, beyond the clutches of Maya, beyond Tamogun, Rajagun, and Satogun, beyond the mode of ignorance, passion, and goodness. Alaksham Sarva Bhutanam, you are not visible to everyone. Antar Bahir Avasthitam, although you are situated within everybody's heart as Paramatma. They know that Krishna of Dwarka, his expansion of the expansion of the expansion of the expansion of the expansion is the Paramatma situated in every living entity's heart. So they are Gyan, they have that knowledge that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. But the Vrajvasis see Krishna as an innocent boy. He's always dancing and playing on his flute. Venur Kwanantam Arvindam Dalayataksam. Kasturi Tilakam Lalata Falke Vakshastale Kaustubham Nasa Grain Chanava Muktikam Kartale Venu. In his hands there is a flute. His turban is decorated with a peacock feather. Navanira Nindita Kanti Dharam Rasasagara Nagara Bhupavaram Shubha Vanki Macharu Sikhanda Sikkim Bhaja Krishna Nidhim Vrajaraja Sutam. That is the description of Krishna and Vraj. And all the gopis are his beloveds, the maidens, the young maidens. He's Gopi Jana Vallabh. He's the beloved. Vallabh means beloved of the gopis. The gopis do not require a formal relationship with Krishna. Since childhood, they have given up their hearts and everything else to him. And therefore, he cannot repay them. Although the gopis were married and they had their respective husbands, and they did not have a formal husband-wife relationship with Krishna, which may sound totally antisocial, but to understand that, we have to have the grace of the acharyas of how transcendental that bhav is. Otherwise, it will be misunderstood as sahajaism or some kind of a cheap attitude that people of the material world have when they have relationships outside marriage. Krishna has warned in the Bhagavad Gita, Janma karma che me divyam, jo vetti tattvataha, tattva punar janma neti mameti so Arjun. My appearance, my activities, they are divya. And if somebody just understands this, just this, he will certainly come to me into the spiritual world. And he will never take birth in this material world. Just by this conviction. Even if one has not done jap, tap, upvas, any kind of austerities or any kind of thing, if you just have this conviction, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, you will certainly come to me. Tattva punarjanmaneti mametu swarjuna. You will never be reborn in this material world and you will certainly come to me. But in order to get that faith, we take the guidance of the sadhus, the sadgurus. We do bhajana kriya by chanting the holy names, reading the Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, the scriptures under proper guidance. Krishna says in the 10th canto, which is like in the 32nd chapter, which is considered the core of the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the Panchamaharadhyaya, na parayaham nirvadya samyujam. No, it is not possible. Paraya, able to. Aham, I. Krishna himself is admitting that. Swasadhu kritya. Even by saintly activities, or to give like even compensation, like dan. Vibhuda ayusya, even for a lifetime. Vibhuda ayusya pava ya maha ma bhajan durja geha Shri kalaha Shri khalaha Shrin khalaha samvrishcha tadva pratiyatu sadhuna. So beautiful, Krishna is explaining that, oh gopis, I cannot repay you. Even if I want to, I'm so indebted because of your love. It's not possible. I can repay everybody else, anybody who does my bhakti, but I cannot repay you. Let your own glories be your compensation. Look what amazing words Krishna is using. You have left your houses. You have left at the risk of breaking the ties with your families, breaking the social norms, and you have come to me in the middle of the night. Go back, go home before your husband and your mother-in-law and your sister-in-law and the other family members, they wake up. This principle has to be understood. I'm taking some extra time here to explain this so that if anybody has a doubt, why is Krishna and the gopis behaving like boys and girls in the Western countries where it's okay to have more than one girlfriend? No, Janma Karma Cheme Divyam. This is the whole Samam Bonam of the Venu Geet in the Bhagavatam, where Krishna plays the flute in the middle of the night and these gopis leave their homes coming into the dense forest to meet a young boy. And Krishna sees that. Go back. And the gopis say, Krishna, we are here. We have already surrendered our hearts and minds to you. you. But what about your husbands? Aren't you worried? So the gopis say, you're talking like a guru, oh Krishna. Like all the instructions of the Manu Samhita, where the norms of religiosity and social etiquette. But we are simple gopis. We do not understand all that. All we know is we've given you our hearts. So it's up to you what you want to do. And then the gopis start instructing Krishna. They say, look, Krishna, you're talking about chastity, about a very faithful wife. Then let me ask you something, Krishna. Let's say there is a very, very chaste wife and her husband. She's serving the husband so nicely. She's following all the regulations of the Shastra. She first serves the husband prasad and then she eats herself of whatever is left. And so many other activities that display her chastity, her faithfulness. Once this husband goes out on a long journey, and the wife is feeling, when will he come back? And every day, before sitting for lunch and dinner, she offers the plate to the picture of the husband. Every day they are offering, that wife, the chaste wife is offering food to the picture of the husband, and then she accepts it. That is her chastity. One day suddenly at the door, her husband arrives and she is delighted to see him. It is lunchtime and she is very extremely happy to see him. Now, is she going to ask that real husband who is at the doorstep to wait there because she's offering the thali or the plate to the picture of the husband? Or should she immediately welcome him in and serve that plate to this husband? So Krishna says, what is there to argue about? It's logical that now the real husband is here. Why should she offer it to the picture of the husband? So the gopi says, Krishna, when the real husband is right in front of her eyes, why should we even bother with those Maya Veer husbands that you have created? These are all your expansions. The husbands in Vrindavan, like Radharani's husband's name is Abhimanyu. And the gopis are all married. They have their respective husbands. But they're all expansions of Sri Krishna due to Yoga Maya. But when the Govindam Adi Purusham, who is the source of all the expansions, is present, then by satisfying you, my dear Krishna, automatically they will be satisfied. That is the transcendental bhava of the gopis. Yasmin tushte jagat tushta. If Krishna is satisfied, the entire creation is satisfied. And the Upanishads give a very nice example that if you want to water a huge tree, you simply water its roots and the entire tree will be nourished. All the branches, all the twigs, all the leaves. You need not necessarily spray water on every leaf or every twig or every branch. Krishna understood. That is called Samartha Rathi, which the queens of Dwarka do not possess. Rohini Mata says, listen attentively. The gopis don't want anything from Krishna. They always serve him without any desire for self-gain. Ahaituki apratiyata. Without any material motive. And uninterrupted, they're always thinking of him, even when they are in their household. When they are bathing their kids, they're always singing the pastimes of Govinda Damodar Madhaveti. When they're cooking, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti. Their minds are always absorbed in Purna Purushottam Krishna, the sweet Vrajendra Nandan Krishna. They always serve him without any self-gain. In Dwarka, you, Rukmini, you, Satyabhama, you, all these wives she pointed, all of you are Krishna's wives, but not the beloveds. You're not Gopi Jana Vallabh. Do you know why? Because your love and affection is divided into many factions or fractions. Krishna had 10 boys, each the queens of Dwarka. And the love of the queens of Dwarka got divided once they got these children. Besides your husband Krishna, you each have 10 sons, Rohini Mata said, and a daughter as well, plus one husband. So that makes 12. So your love and affection is divided into 12 parts. The gopis' love, on the other hand, in Vraj and Vrindavan is not divided. They have given up their husbands, their children. In the Gopi Geet, that famous verse is there. They do not take care of their houses. They have nothing besides you, O Krishna. Their love and affections is akhanda, total. It is not khandita. Khandita means divided. But their love is akhanda. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Ye yatha mam prapadyante, tam sa tathaiva bhajami ham. As per one's affection or dealings with me, I will reciprocate. The love of Raj is different. The cows in Vrindavan, when the calves were sucking on the udders, they were thinking, oh, how sweet is Krishna. The little baby Krishna, I wish I can feed baby Krishna directly from my udders. The gopis of the cowherd boys were also thinking, Krishna is so sweet. I wish I can breastfeed him. Purna Purushottam Bhagwan Krishna arranges that desire through Brahma Vimohan Leela. One day, Brahmaji saw Krishna and the cowherd boys, young boys, little boys, in picnic. And all the boys, their mothers had given them, somebody some laddu, somebody had been given some kheer, somebody some sweet yogurt, somebody some puri, somebody some halwa, somebody some sabji, and Krishna would sit in the middle, and all of them would form a circle around Krishna. And then they would all share what they brought from their own mothers. And it is seen, Brahmaji saw that Krishna was actually grabbing on a half-eaten laddu from one of the sakhas, Madhumangal. Oh no, this is mine. You can't have it all, Madhumangal. And a half-eaten laddu from the mouth of Madhumangal, Krishna snatches and puts in his mouth before Madhumangal can grab it again. What kind of a God is this? Brahmaji is wondering. This cannot be God. So he puts God to test. He puts Krishna to test. While the coward boys, and after the picnic, they went ahead cowarding the different parts of the Vraj forest. Brahma, through his yogic powers, he kidnapped all the coward boys and kidnapped all the calves and took them to a cave. He wanted to see now what can Krishna do if he's God. So to make a long Leela short, Krishna, through his Yogeshwar powers, he immediately expands himself into all those coward boys that were missing, that Brahmaji had kidnapped. And he expanded himself into all those little calves. And when they went home, the calves immediately went back to the mothers and started feeding on the udder, the milk. And this time, the mothers, the cow mothers, were feeling a transcendental ecstasy. They were emanating more milk. It was Krishna in the form of a calf, fulfilling the desire of those mother cows. And when those coward boys who were all Krishna went back home, they got even more affection, amazingly, from their parents. And they also sat in their mother's lap and started drinking the mother's milk. And those mothers, the coward boys' mothers, were also emanating more and more unlimited supply of milk. And tears were flowing in their eyes out of ecstasy. This is Vraj. This is the Madhur Krishna in the Madhurya Dham. Obviously, Brahma saw that, and later he asked for forgiveness. The Govardhan Leela, Mother Rohini describes so many wonderful sweet pastimes. Even if I were to speak on this, it would take maybe 2 years, 3 years. It is like reading the Srimad Bhagavatam, word to word. It was the desire of all the rasas, of the relationships that Krishna had, the servants, the friends, the fatherly and the motherly figures, and also the maidens, the amorous love. All of them, Indra was made an instrument to shower torrential rain on Vraj. And that was an excuse for Krishna to lift that Govardhan hill so that all of them he could cherish, all the rasas under one roof. This is what our Gaudiya Acharyas have explained. What can I say? When Krishna was lifting it for 7 days and 7 nights, Nanda Baba and the elderly Gopas were holding sticks underneath the Govardhan. Oh, Krishna, you must be tired now. We will take the brunt of it. And they were thinking they are helping Krishna. The Gwalbals, the boyfriends of Krishna, the Gopas. They also put sticks, seeing Krishna so much love have for. She is glancing because Nanda Baba and the elderlies are there. She cannot express, the gopis cannot express the amorous love directly, but through their veil they are giving their kataksha, their sidelong glances. And Radharani is glancing at Govardhan. You dare not fall. Even something happens to my Krishna's finger, you'll had it. Govardhan is Krishna. Krishna is Govardhan. That is why Govardhan is known as Variyam. Top devotee. We don't read that or hear that on a regular basis. This is Rasa Vraja. This is sweet Vraj. You dare not follow Govardhan. Even Lord Shivji prays to Radharani in his Kripa Kataksha, Kripa Kataksha Bhajavam. When will Radharani bestow her mercy by her sidelong glances? Sometimes Radha and Krishna are together in the forest. And the Mahabhav is so great. They're staring at each other. Radharani is lying down on Krishna's lap, and suddenly a big bee comes, thinking that the lotus feet of Radharani that resembles a beautiful lotus is a lotus flower. And the bee tries to come and go around Radharani's feet, and Radharani is scared, seeing the bee. Hearing a shriek, Krishna's friend Madhumangal shows up because he's not too far grazing the cows. And he sees the bee and he takes a stick and chases the bee away. And as he's chasing the bee into the forest, he's saying, Madhumangal has gone. Madhusudan is gone. One of the names of Krishna is Madhusudan. Madhu means honey. Sudan means to extract honey. Is it not true? What does it say? In the first verse of the Jagannath Ashtakam, Kadachit Kalindi Tata Vipina Sangeeta Ravo Mudabhiri Nari Vadana Kamala Swada Madhupa. The very first two lines start with glorifying Krishna in Vrindavan with the gopis. Sometimes in great happiness, Krishna or Lord Jagannath uses his flute to make a loud concert. He is the expert flute player in the groves of Vrindavan by the banks of Jamuna. And he's like a bumblebee, Madhusudan. Tasting beautiful lotus-like faces of the damsels of Braj, of the gopis of Braj. Of course, there is more than one meaning of the word Madhusudan. Madhusudan also means the one who killed the demon Madhu. So that is one of the avatars of Krishna who killed the demon Madhu. But here Madhusudan means Vrajandan Krishna. And when Madhu Mangal says those words and Radharani hears them, Madhusudan is gone. She feels immediately a deep separation, although she is right there in the laps of Krishna. That is called Madanakya Bhav, which the gopis of or the queens of Dwarka don't possess. Sometimes Krishna becomes upset. Nandan Nandan, Vrajendra Nandan, Govindavadi Purusham, he becomes upset because he lacks the moods that are enjoyed by Sri Radha and the gopis, Lalita and Vishakha. And that is the reason why he decided to come as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Three internal reasons. Yadi Gaurang na hoite kabeti hoito, kemone dharitam de, Radhara Mahima Prema Rasasima, Jagato Janatake. If Gauranga Mahaprabhu did not come, how would I have stayed alive? Kemone dharitam de, Radhara Mahima, how would have the world known the pinnacle or the glories of the prema of Radharani, the Mahabhav, the Madanakya Bhav of Radha. Krishna wanted to taste his own sweetness. And Krishna wanted to glorify Radha's prem. And Krishna wanted to feel what Radha felt. These are the three reasons why internal reasons. External reason was the Sankirtan movement. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Ajanu lambito bhujao, kanakayo dhato, Sankirtanai pitaro, kamalaya Vishwambharo Dvijavaro Yugadharma Palo Vande Jagat Priyakaro Karuna Avtaro. This Gaur Nitai, they are Karuna Avatars, and they came here. They are the Sankirtan Pitaro. They are the fathers of the Sankirtan movement. Beautiful lotus petal eyes, beautiful aura, golden bodies, whose arms extend to their knees. That is the external reason. And that is the reason why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chose Jagannath Puri. The Gambhira, specifically 12 years before he left, before he wound up his Leela, because Jagannath Puri is considered the sthan of Vyogini Radha. This is very high philosophy, but nevertheless I mention it. Vyogini means the Radha who is in separation, always thinking of Krishna. Krishna is in Dwarka, in the Jagannath Puri temple, but when Mahaprabhu went, he cried. Nanam galavashru dharaya, vadanam gadgada rudayagira, pulakir nichitam vapu kada, tava nama grihaneshu bhavishyati. He could not even say Jagmohan, Jag Jag. He could not say Jagannath, Jag 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 Jag. He was stupefied. Ashtasattvic vikars took place in Mahaprabhu. Because it is Radha calling out to that Jagannath who is situated on the altar in Dwarka, please come back to Vrindavan. Vyogini Radha is crying out of separation. Bas, enough. You're needed in Vrindavan. Please come back to Vrindavan. Who can understand that bhav? 12 years he stayed in a very small, perhaps 8 by 8 or 8 by 10 room. Those who have taken darshan, it's within walking distance from the Jagannath Puri temple. Even today, if you go, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's padukas and kamandala there. Mahaprabhu in that small room used to constantly chant the Mahamantra in separation. He used to rub his cheeks on the walls of the Gambhira. Blood used to ooze out. Sarup Damodar Rai Ramananji would try to control him. They would speak some wonderful verses from Srimad Bhagavatam, from Jaidev Goswami's Geet Govinda. They would sing to pacify Mahaprabhu, to take him, transport him into Vrindavan. That is Jagannath Puri. That is Vyogini Radha Sthal. Mahaprabhu goes to the banks of the Godavari during his Dakshin Yatra, South Indian tour, and he meets Rai Ramananda, Visakha Sakhi. And then he went on training under Visakha, how to get that Radha Bhav, before spending the last 12 years in Puri. Training was required. Krishna, Vrajendra Nandan, Nanda Nandan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For everybody else, he had to take training from Vishakha, who is the Prema Guru. who understands the heart of Radha because she is the most closest to Radha, Lalita and Vishakha. Those two, in the form of Swarup Damodar and Rai Ramananda, stayed with him in the Gambhira and Jagannath Puri, nourishing Radha's bhav. What can I say? Words are not sufficient. After he went to the Gambhira in Jagannath Puri, only then he was able to taste something of Radhika's love, of Radharani's love. The mood of the gopis, that is very, very high. Rohini Mata continued describing the sweet pastimes of Raj. We should know all these truths. Srila Rupa Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti, they have written about it. Our Gaudiya Acharyas have written about it. We should have one-pointed attention and devotion to Vrajendra Nandan and to Sri Radhika, to our Gurudev and Ishtadev. Even Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Bahushaka hi anantasya samadhav na vidyate. If one's mind is many branched, then one will not get perfection in anything. It's like jack of all, master of none. Yes, our Gaudiya Vaishnavas say we can honor all, the trees, the creepers, the animals, devotees who are favorable and even who are not favorable to Krishna. We can think that they are the servants of Krishna. We can think that Krishna is in everybody's heart. However, if we want this bhav that is being expressed here in this katha, which is a very small drop, then we have to take shelter of the Gaudiya Acharyas. If one is just entering bhakti, there is no harm worshipping Lord Jagannath, Rukmini ji, Satyabhama ji, Ramchandra ji, Narsingadev Bhagwan, all the different avatars. But that is not the case for advanced devotees in the line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is a very deep Siddhant. During the Rathyatra festival, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu engaged in many elevated dialogues with his intimate associates, Swarup Damodarji, Rai Ramananji, about the difference between the love of the gopis of Vrindavan and the love of the queens of Dwarka. If one has some taste and greed to follow the gopis, then the object is Samartharati, not Samagyasa, like the Dwarka, the queens. Then they will understand these topics. This is the essence of the Rathyatra festival. Rohini Maya related many, many pastimes, and all the queens were listening very eagerly. And as Krishna sat in a Sudharma hall, Vishwakarma had created a wonderful hall. As per the capacity, it would expand. If there was 1,000 people, the Sudharma hall would expand accordingly. If there was 10,000 people, the Sudharma hall would expand even further. That's the assembly hall. And he was aware, he suddenly, because of course he is the Lord, he is Bhagwan, that Rohini Mata is speaking in Rukmini's palace. What is she speaking about? Vrindavan. How could he even remain in the Sudharma hall? He left the entire assembly and he indicated to Balaram, let's go. When Mother Rohini started the katha of Vrindavan, when the queens asked those questions, Mother Rohini asked Subhadra, I don't want Krishna Balaram to come here. Somebody has to keep guard of the door. Please lock the door from outside and you stay. Can you volunteer? And Subhadra said, yes, I will, Maya. Because if Krishna Balram came and heard about Vrindavan, they would go into a very special samadhi. And perhaps it would interrupt Mother Rohini's narration of the Madhurya Dham, or the sweet realm. Krishna and Balram in the Dharma hall, they arrived. And they saw Subhadra was already standing guard at the door. And immediately Subhadra said to both the brothers, "You're not going inside. Otherwise, Mother Rohini, it is Mother Rohini's orders." So they both kind of, but they could hear standing outside the narrations about Vrindavan, the sweet Dham. Although Subhadra Devi stopped Krishna and Baldev from entering, they could hear through the door what Rohini was telling the queens. Krishna was standing on Subhadra's left, and Baldevji was on Subhadra Devi's right. And together they began to listen very carefully. They were listening, and as the glories of Vrindavan and the pastimes were narrated, love and affection of Vrindavan, Krishna became so absorbed, Baldev became so absorbed in his own heart, it began to melt. His fingers also melted in that love and affection. All three heard the glories of the gopis and how much they love Krishna. They all began to melt. The Ashtra Sattvic Vikars, Romancha, the hair started coming on an end. Kampan, they started shivering. Taranga Ashru, tears flowed. And the other Ashtra Sattvic, the other 5 different symptoms of their hands going in like the tortoise. Mouths agape, talk. They became like statues. Those are the shapes of Lord Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra Devi. At that time, Rohini Maiya could not continue her description. Even it came to a point where she could not. She could no longer speak. She actually fainted from her weeping. Gradually, Krishna began to return to external consciousness once that katha stopped, and his former shape began to come back little by little. Same thing happened to Balbhadra and Subhadra Devi. And when his form had returned fully in the normal form, features, Krishna, Balramji, and Subhadra Devi entered the palace room and saw Mother Rohini had fainted. Krishna looked at Naraji, kind of hung his head in shame and says, "I am responsible for all these incidents. I said something to Rukmini and the queens, and they called Mother Rohini." Krishna smiles and says, "I think all that has happened is only because of you, Narad. You are the main cause. Perhaps you said something to the queens to worry them, and that is why they began questioning Mother Rohini. You are the root cause of all these events. But Narad, I'm very happy. Not only happy, extremely happy. You reminded me, you are the instrument of reminding me of Vraj, and I heard its glories. I want to give you a boon, Naradji. Ask me. I want to give you a Vardhan. You may ask me for anything. I'm prepared to give it to you." Naradji said, "Krishna, I want a boon. Yes, I will take it. All three of you melted outside behind the door when you heard the pastimes of Braj and the glories of the gopis and the gopas of Braj. My desire is you will remain in those forms somewhere in this world. If you want to give me something, please give me this, and that the whole world will see you in that form. You will be Patita Pavana, the savior of the fallen, and the entire world will be liberated just by your darshan in that form. That is what I want. Your hands and feet that were shrunk, your mouth wide open, all the Astasattvic vikars that were there displayed. I want the deities of you three to be manifest in this world and worshipped everywhere. People throughout the world, they see you. They will see you and they will learn this history. This history from Brhad Bhagvad Amrita of Sanatana Goswami. And they will develop pure love and affection for you. That whole dimension of the Rathyatra will change. And Krishna replied, Narad, tathastu. So be it. I will manifest these deities. And not only that, I will also manifest Sudarshan Chakra. And we will always remain in those forms due to your request. There is a mountain called Niladri, and there is the shape of a tortoise or a conch shell, and I will always be there, and everyone will be able to see us. Jagannath has to come again. What Krishna told Narad in Dwarka, Mahambodhe stire kada karuchir nila shikhare vasan prasandanta sahaja bala bhadrena balina subhadra madhyastha sakala sura seva avsardo Jagannath Swami Nayana Pathagami Bhavatu me. On the shore of this great ocean, Mahambodes Tire, within a large palace atop the brilliant golden Nilachal hill, Lord Jagannath resides with his powerful brother Balbhadra. And situated in between Madhya is his sister Subhadra Devi. May that Lord Jagannath Swami bestows the opportunity for bhakti, Vraj bhakti, upon all suras, on all the godly souls, or all the devotees, be the object of my vision. It is because of that incident that the deity of Jagannath smiled when speaking to King Indrajumna in our first katha, in the Skanda Puran. Jagannath Dev, when he was speaking that I will come in a particular form, I desired that form. There is a particular secret behind it, Indrajumna. Do not lament. When you opened the door and Maharana disappeared, the sculptor, there is a particular reason for it. And Lord Jagannath, while he was speaking to King Indrajumna, he was smiling and remembering this pastime of Dwarka, the narration of Rohini Mata, talking about the sweet Vraj Leela, and also his promise to Naradji. One last thing that I would like to add today is, why did Krishna mention Sudarshan Chakra? So that's an interesting thing our acharyas explain. The word Sudarshan means, Su means very good in Sanskrit, and Darshan means to give darshan or a vision. So Sudarshan does not give us eyes, the divine eyes, by purifying our senses, our eyes, then we will not get the transcendental vision. We cannot actually see Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra Devi, and we cannot see the Vraj Bhav that is expressed on their faces. Lord Jagannath's wide eyes, huge mouth, like shock. Like sometimes when we get news that are very, very happy, that also like keeps the person, makes him like a statue. Or sometimes when the news are very bad also, person can become like a statue with a mouth open. Oh no! So Sudarshan ji gives us that capability. That is why when we take darshan of Lord Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra, first we should take darshan of Sudarshan. Offer our obeisances to Sudarshan Chakra. That is why Sudarshan Chakra is brought out first in the Rathyatra during the Pahandi also. Then we offer our obeisances to Balbhadra ji, Subhadra Devi, and then to Jagannath. Dasanu, dasanu, das. That is the bhav. Then Jagannath will accept us. Yes, you are my real good devotee. Krishna says that those who claim to be my direct devotees are not really my devotees, but those who claim to be the devotee of the devotee of the devotee are indeed my devotees. Otherwise, we will think that they are made of wood and they're not very beautiful. They look like some puppets or dolls. But if Sudarshan ji gives us this vision, then we can realize he's Vrajendra Nandan, Shyama Sundar, in shock, in awe, dumbstruck about just hearing and thinking about the Vraj and the devotees of Vraj. So this is the second history that I have narrated about the appearance of Lord Jagannath in his lovely form. Why is it like what it is? We are all very fortunate to hear this. It is the mercy of the Vaishnavas, like Sanatana Goswami, the Guadiya Acharyas, who have given these secrets, who have revealed these secrets to us. So next time when we are in front of Lord Jagannath, remember, why is Lord Jagannath like that? He is in ecstasy of Raj. He is in Samadhi. Samyak dhi iti Samadhi. His full concentration of his intelligence, his mind, is fully concentrated on the love of Raj. So next Sunday, I will stop here. I will mention the third katha about the actual pulling of the ropes. What is the significance? And some other information that manifests in my heart, whatever little I know, I will try to share with you, very patient devotees who have been nicely listening to this katha. May Lord Jagannath, Balbhadra, Subhadra Devi, Prabhupada and Acharyas bless you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jagannath Swami, Nayana Pathagami, Nayana Pathagami, Bhavatu me. Jai Shri Prabhupada, Jai Brahma Bhagavad Gaudiya Sampradaya Acharya Guruvar, Vancha Kalpatarobhischa, Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo. Hare Krishna. So I think Anup Prabhu may have to say something. So we will conclude today. Next Sunday, same time. We will meet 5:30 Toronto time, 4:30 Central time, Chicago time. And not everybody is so fortunate to either speak or hear this deep katha. some special mercy, somehow or the other, it has been bestowed on us. So I'm very grateful for that. Hare Krishna. Anup Prabhu?
Thank you, Satchitananda Prabhuji. My pranam to you. The level of understanding bhakti and the love for God that you have, probably many people won't have this. The way you feel the love and feel the essence of this Rathyatra is great, I will say. Earlier we learned about Nilmadhav and appearance of Jagannath, then how Gundicha asked Jagannath to visit Gundicha temple every year, and then the relation between this Gundicha and Sri Mandir to the Dwaraka and Vrindavan. We learned about Snana Jatra, Hera Panchami, all those things, how Jagannath creates the environment of Snan Jatra and how he prepares the field to go to Gundicha temple. Today, when I was hearing you, I was wondering what is the link between this, your talk, today's talk, with the Rathyatra Katha. I used to understand like Rathyatra is only when Jagannath comes to the street to show his appearance and provide kripa to the devotees. But the real meaning, like the love of Brajvasis, the love of Vrindavan, the glory of those gopis that pulls Jagannath to Gundicha, Gundicha temple. Uh, those deep concepts and deep meanings is is great. Uh, that changes my view towards the Rathyatra Katha. Next time when I will be in Rathyatra, I'll have a different eye towards that. So thank you very much. I think everybody must have enjoyed this talk, and thank you very much for enlightening us. And thank you very much all the devotees for joining us today. We'll continue this katha and we'll provide you all the necessary links to join us. Thank you very much and have a very good evening. Jai Jagannath. And now we'll open for any question answer session. You can provide your questions with the Zoom chat link, or I will leave it to the Satchitananda Prabhuji whether he wants to unmute everybody and ask questions. But I will prefer like if you can provide your question to the chat, we can discuss. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good evening. Jai Jagannath.
Thank you, Anup Prabhu. I'm so happy that, Anup Prabhu is from Odisha. They're all from Nilachal Dham, Asim Prabhu, Harihar Prabhu. And when the persons who have a deep attachment for Lord Jagannath, when they come forward and when they are relishing it and they are happy, I can see. So that is rewarding for me. And I'm hoping it's the same for my Srila Prabhupada and the Acharyas. So again, it's not the number of people that attend. It's not important. The quality is important more than the quantity. And I always, I'm happy to have, even if it is one person who takes a lot of interest and relishes Hari Katha, I think my job is done. Hari Bol. So again, like Anup Prabhu said, if there's anybody who has any questions or comments or reflections, feel free to type your question, or you can raise your hand and maybe I will be able to see it. I can also unmute everyone, but what happens sometimes is when I unmute, some people may have some children playing or some kind of a telephone conversation or something like that, and it kind of interferes with the volume level of the conversation or the question and the answers. So I'm okay to unmute, but I would just request one thing. If you're not going to be speaking or asking a question, I would request you, all of you, to unmute your mics, and you can mute them and then unmute them uh, one by one. So go ahead. It is unmuted now. So you can unmute one by one and ask a question, and then I can probably see on my screen, probably trying to speak. Hare Krishna. Subhadra Mata.
We love you, Katha. The beginning was little bit disturbed, but now really I enjoy your Katha. So now my battery is going down, so I have to leave, I think. But
Okay.
really, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. So nice of you that you are giving this Katha. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to all the acharyas. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for being here.
Of course.
Anybody else? After a katha, generally there is something known as anumodan. Anumodan means personal realizations or reflections. It's always good to share. One should not feel shy.
Prabhu, if nobody is asking a question, can I ask on the phone? Like I'm on the phone, not on
Yes,
Zoom.
sure. Please address yourself, introduce yourself, Mataji, please.
Yeah, I'm Leela Priya Jahanava Devidasi.
Oh, Leela Priya Mata, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, such a beauty. Every week you give us such a beautiful class, Prabhu. I have never ever had a class like these classes. So nice. So much knowledge, and it's really like, when you're talking, like I can be in Vrindavan and, like think about, like really, like it's so, you can absorb yourself so nicely, but very nicely you explain, Prabhu. But I didn't understand, like you were saying, like one, like the gopis, like only pray to Krishna. So are we allowed to pray to, like we pray to Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra and Narsimha Bhavan only to give us devotional service? Is that okay? Or like only in the Shyama Sundara form you have to pray to Radha Krishna? That's my question. And even Laddu Gopal, is it okay?
Very nice question. See, these are the questions. Sometimes when devotees ask some wonderful questions, it benefits everybody. Because sometimes the same kind of question or thought comes to other devotees, and either they are shy or sometimes they forget to ask. So, most important thing, and this is in connection and answer to your question, we have to act according to our realization.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot imitate Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are sadhaks. Prabhupada said that there are two kinds of devotees. No, one is known as Vaidhi Bhaktis and one is known as Raganuga Bhaktas. Vaidhi Bhakti means Vidhi. Vidhi means according to rules and regulations. So in rules and regulations, we have to follow as per the instructions of Guru, Sadhu and Shastra, how to become foundationally good. And that would include following the 4 regulative principles: no meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, no illicit relationships outside the marriage, striyam dutam panam shunam yatra dharma chaturbida. One should not have these. One should chant the holy names. One should follow Ekadashi, keep the proper vratas, and read foundational books like Bhagavad Gita, and systematically go on to the next level of Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, etc. So when we are practicing our Vaidhi Bhaktas, yes, we can take the blessings of Lord Nrsimhadev, we can take the blessings of Lord Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra Devi, all of them. We can take the blessings of all devotees, but as we mature in our devotion, then slowly, it is like, if I can give a good analogy, when a child is in school, up to the 10th grade, generally speaking, all the subjects are being taught. Many subjects like geography, history, literature, maybe one or two languages, science also, biology, physics, chemistry, mathematics also divided into maybe two groups, trigonometry, geometry, etc. Right? But as the child progresses and graduates into undergraduate college, then he kind of narrows down a subject that matters most to that person. So, out of the arts and the commerce and the other subjects, history, etc., the child decides to go for science. So he takes admission that into a college that specifically uh, teaches more about science. And then after, or even in undergraduation, then there are different levels where they kind of, as they advance, even within the scientific field, it is pinpointed to a certain field, whether it is thermodynamics, physics, electronics, IT. Even within IT, there are so many different branches. So then the student has to decide based on his liking and based on the inclination what that student should pursue. And finally, when the student goes into a master's program, it is even more condensed, it is even more specific. And then even the PhD degrees that are there, the doctorate level, it is even more condensed within that particular field or thesis or something. So, so to answer your question, this analogy should always be kept in mind. So when we go in front of Jagannath, then if we just don't look at Balbhadra and Subhadra Devi, then that will be an aparad, because we are not at that stage of Radharani's bhav. Number one. Number two, when that stage comes from Vaidhi Bhakti to Raganuga Bhakti, our symptoms will tell. Our symptoms right now, we can do a self-check or a self-analysis. And we explained that previously, which I will very briefly repeat again. There are 9 stages that are been, there's delineations. First, we have some Shraddha, faith, we come to the temple. Then we get sadhu sang, we get into the association of Vaishnavas with devotees. And the sadhus give us good advice as to what is good for our sadhana, for our spiritual life. That is called bhajana kriya, the next stage. And when we follow the sadhu's instructions properly, bhajana kriya, including taking initiation or diksha from a bona fide spiritual master, then along with siksha from siksha gurus, then all our anarthas are completely eradicated. So right now we have to decide, have our anarthas disappeared? Are we under illusion? If the question is yes or no. If the answer is no, then we are not in ragatmika bhakti. Are we having weakness of heart, hriday durbalyam? Are we envious? Are we attached to material things? Are we duplicitous? Do we have kutniti within us? So if the answer is yes, then obviously we are not in ragatmika bhakti. So all these, are we committing offenses knowingly or unknowingly? Knowingly, sometimes we do. Are we giving respect to all the Vaishnavas, to all the Jivas? So all these things, when we do a self-check, we will understand that we are still needing a lot of cleaning. Like Prabhupada used to say, sometimes when somebody came and complained to Prabhupada that your disciples or these devotees of ISKCON are behaving in a certain way, and Prabhupada would simply humbly sometimes join his hands and say, please forgive them. They're still in the shower. They're still in the process of being cleansed. It is like sometimes when we are in the shower, we have all soap and shampoo all over us. So we cannot say that we are clean. We are in the process of being cleansed. So once we get beyond anartha nivritti, then we have the qualification to enter Vraj Bhakti. And that is due to our next few stages of Nishtha. We are steadfast. Ruchi, we have a lot of taste. Right now, we don't have that much taste. Right now, our priority is not Krishna Katha. So many people are invited, but they only come if they have time or they don't have a birthday party to attend or if no guests are coming. So ye yatham mam prapadyante tam satataiva brajamya. If we want to put Krishna on the second burner, third burner, fourth burner, if we have other priorities, so accordingly Krishna will reciprocate, because he doesn't put a gun on anybody's head to say you must love me. We cannot do that even to our own family members. Love is spontaneous, it is natural. So ruchi, then asakti, the stage of so much attachment will come, and then the bhav bhakti comes, and then the Krishna prem comes. So at that point, once we come to the stage of ruchi, asakti, bhav, at that time, yes, we can definitely uh, uh, follow strictly by taking the shelter of one Vrajvasi or one of the acharyas or the Gaudiya acharyas and follow in their footsteps very strictly. And now we can train our minds. And how we can do that is, for example, this is a very good question. Actually, I love this question. Some of the other Krishna made you speak this. We have so many opportunities to hear Hare Katha from many persons in temples, in Hindu temples, and sometimes a friend gives you a book. This is a very nice spiritual book. You must read it. So then we have to decide, we have to first of all know what school we are admitted into. Like if I am admitted into a school for commerce, then obviously I know that I am in a college that is teaching me like Bachelor of Administration or Chartered Accountancy or CGA, all those degrees that are associated. At least I know when I'm going into those degrees or curriculums. Similarly, especially those who are of ISKCON or of the Gaudiya Math, they should know what school or college we are admitted into. We are admitted into a college where the dean is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And we have principals and vice principals in the form of Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, and many professors in the form of these Gaudiya Acharyas, including Srila Prabhupada. So then, if I am sitting in a BA class or a commerce class, Bachelor of Administration, and if I'm thinking while sitting in the class of history or geography or quantum physics, then I don't think I will be able to even grasp what my professors are teaching about commerce. So the maturity is required. So Laddu Gopal, yes and no. We are predominantly in Madhurya Ras, and our goal, our acharyas, Prabhupada never established Laddu Gopal. He always established Radha Krishna as the main deities, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu. He established Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra Devi. So as we get mature in our bhakti, because Hari is unlimited. How many forms are there? Which form are you going to particularly call your Ishtadev? And how much are you going to dedicate your seva to a one? If once you dedicate it to one particular form, then your mind is not multi-branched, like Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Bahushaka. So we should practice by following what our acharyas did and train the mind to, and I'm not saying if you have Laddu Gopal, very nice, keep it. Maybe one day
No,
Laddu Gopal will inspire you.
I got it as a gift, so that's why, I have picture of Radha Krishna and Laddu Gopal as a deity. So now I have to take care of him, right?
Absolutely. And there's nothing wrong with it again. What I'm saying is that your Laddu Gopal one day will inspire you if you are strictly following and if your heart is towards the Gaudiya Acharyas of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he himself will inspire you into the Madhurya Rasa.
Okay.
Okay? So continue worshipping him nicely, continue that, and again, maturity will come as we associate with mature devotees. And like, for example, if I continuously hear Ram Katha, and if I associate with the Sri Sampradaya or the South Indian followers of Ramanujacharya constantly, then my attraction will become Lord Ramachandra and my attraction for Krishna may diminish. So first we have to decide what is most attractive by listening. So in my childhood, I had heard the whole Ramayana many times, and I had heard Ramayana Katha from many saints. But when I heard about Krishna consciousness and the explanations of Prabhupada and the Acharyas and read their books, my attraction for Krishna increased. And the highest attraction that is considered in the world of theism is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has to offer. There is no denying. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, when he went all over India on his Padayatra, he offered his obeisances to all the deities, to Hanumanji, to Shivji, to Ma Durga, to everyone. But his bhav was Ananya Vraj bhav. We mentioned that today, that it doesn't mean that we do not respect. A true Vaishnava or a true Vajvasi sees everything as a part of Krishna's Leela. So he will obviously want to talk about his own childhood Laddu Gopal. Absolutely. But the maturity will come and when the time is ready. So that's all I can say right now, Mataji.
Okay,
and I hope this
yeah,
helps
yeah.
you in.
Yes, because we all have like our own position in and once we get pure, like it will be revealed to us, right? Like our eternal position, what we were doing before, it will be revealed to us as we get matured.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
Right. We sing that, right? What is that? Because you're of ISKCON, I must kind of relate with you. The Guru Puja that we sing in the Shringar Arati, right before it. What is it? Or right after it, rather. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma Bandho Mui Savdhana Mate Jahara Prasade Bhai Ye Bhava Tori Aa Jaye Krishna Prapti Jaha Hoite. And in that it says Chakshudana Dilo Jai Janme Janme Prabhu Shai Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashito. So birth after birth, doesn't matter whether it happens in this birth or the next birth or whatever. The Acharya will always be there. Mahaprabhu's Gauravani will always be there to guide us by giving us those transcendental eyes, Chakshudan Dilojai, by donating those transcendental eyes, Janme Janme, Prabhu say, that Acharya will, as long as we have an affection, a deep attachment, just like we have a deep attachment for our father, our mother. When the child is, Prabhupada used to give this example, when a child is crossing the street, he is nicely holding the father's finger and he's not worried about the traffic. Somebody can ask, you're not worried? So many cars are going by, buses and trucks. No, my Baba is there. My father is there. I'm protected. So we should have that faith that we will be protected by these Vaishnavas, by these Acharyas. Right, Mataji?
Yes. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Very nicely explained. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Anybody else would like to? Nanpran Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam, Vrindavan Dhari.
Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranam. Very nicely explained everything. Keep it up.
Thank you for your blessings, Prabhuji. Thank you. Radhe, Radhe.
Radhe.
Yes, anybody else? Harihar Prabhu, please give us some of your reflections. Harihar Prabhu is a wonderful devotee of Lord Jagannath. His dedication and his it's beyond words. I've seen it for the last 10 years when I moved here to Toronto area. And you are an inspiration to many of us.
You are the topmost devotee, Prabhuji.
Please
you are at the top. Thank you so much for beautifully explaining the Leelas in different bhavs and practically taking us to Vrindavan. You are so beautifully explained. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Glories to Guru Gauranga. Asim Prabhu, did you want to say something or any of your reflections?
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji, for this nice lecture. Honestly, like during the course of the katha, like when you were talking about the Braj Bhav, I was not able to establish that link between the Rathyatra and like what Anubhai also said, but link between the Braj Bhav and the Rathyatra. But after and I was a little bit disinterested, became a little bit disinterested during the course of the katha as well. But after you established that link, my heart really melted, and it was. Like it was really nice, and it was a personal realization about the kind of bhakti one should have. So it is really nice that I attended this lecture, and it cleared a lot of my own doubts. And the last question that was asked, that also cleared a lot of my own doubts that I had. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Asim Prabhu, Anup Prabhu, all they are wonderful team. They actually have arranged this technological seva for this Rathyatra Katha. Everything that is used in Krishna's seva, Rupa Goswami says, Yukta Vairagya Uchyate. Even technology can be used in Krishna's seva. So thank you for the team. Uh, and I really appreciate the platform and all the coordination that you all have been doing. May Lord Jagannath bless you very much. Hare Krishna. Anybody else? Please. I would like to, there are some devotees here. Sabita Mataji, she is also a very nice devotee of Lord Jagannath. Mataji, say something. I know every time you come to the katha, but you are very quiet. Please unmute yourself. You can say in Hindi. I don't care. Everybody understands Hindi. Or say in Oriya.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Hari Bol.
Thank you so much for this nice katha. I am really glad that I am a participant of this total katha process. So thank you so much once again, and I am really from my bottom of my heart, I offer my gratitude to you. Thank you so much.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for participating, Mataji, and giving your blessings. Who else? Sujay Bhai from Chicago. You can unmute yourself and say a few words, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hari Bol. It was nice. Hari Bol Prabhu, Hari Bol.
Thank you for participating. Hare Krishna. Sujay Bhai is a wonderful devotee. I've known him for many years in the Chicago temple. His father used to serve so nicely. Every time on Sunday where the main temple program was there, his father used to take the aarti around and offer it first to Prabhupada and to all the devotees. That was his seva. And his father actually for a few years ago, he left this world. And he's in good hands, in Krishna's hands. We continue to pray for the well-being. Thank you, Sujay Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hari Bol, Prabhu.
Hari Bol. So, anybody else? Gopal Joshi ji. Who is this? Would you please introduce yourself? We have the good fortune. And we also have Raman Prabhu and Pravina Mataji. Hare Krishna. Okay. So I think we can conclude today. Thank you very much for everybody participating. And we will meet next Sunday. Next Sunday will be perhaps the last katha of Lord Jagannath's this whole season, almost a month. long, right from Snan Yatra to the Netra Unmilitam, when Lord Jagannath wakes up from the sickness, to the actual Rathyatra, to Gundicha Marjan, Rathyatra, Hera Panchami, Bahuda Rathyatra, the return Rathyatra. So we will discuss, I think next Sunday we can conclude the Rathyatra or Lord Jagannath's Katha. Of course, it is unlimited, so many that some suggestions also came about the devotees like Salabeg and so many other devotees of Lord Jagannath. So maybe we can make one session one day for that. After that, we can continue with our Srimad Bhagavatam, and all are welcome to join. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.